story, the address written from Martin Winco. It was a story of a young girl and her mother during the post World War. Okay, the Jews, Nazi, they used to put the people in the concentration camps. Okay, and they keep only those children who are genetically very strong and beautiful also. Okay, so this uh, daughter of Mrs. S, she was in search of her belongings, and she went to Mrs. Dorling, okay, and she was asking about the things which belongs to her, and let's see what's happened in the story, okay. So this girl, when she came back, she was having an address of Mrs. Dorling, which her mother has given, okay. So let's see. Do you still know me? I asked. The woman looked at me searchingly. She had opened the door a chink. I came closer and stood on the steps. So this young girl, the daughter of Miss Press, she went to the house of Mrs. Dorling, okay? Then she asked her that, do you remember me? The woman in the house, she has opened the door little bit, and she was looking out from there only. Okay, she was peeping out from there, and no, I don't know. Then she replied that she is not knowing her. Okay, she is not knowing her. I am Mrs. S. daughter. And this young girl, she said that I am Mrs. S. daughter. She held her hand on the door as though she wanted to prevent it opening any further. Now this lady, Mrs. Doting, she was holding the door as if she is not willing to open the door. Okay, so her face gave absolutely no sign of recognition. And when this girl, young girl, daughter of Mrs. S, when she saw her face, from her face only it was very clear that she is not recognizing her, or maybe she is pretending to recognize her. Okay? She kept staring at me silently. Now, this old lady, Mrs. Rowling, she kept on staring the young girl. Okay, perhaps I was mistaken. I thought perhaps it isn't her. I had seen her only once, fleetingly, and that was years ago. It was most probable that I had run the wrong way. Then the girl thought that he maybe she she has not seen her since so many years. Once only she has seen when she used to come to her mother house daily, and she was very close to her, and she used to come to her house daily. Okay, so this made her young girl thought that he maybe she has rung the wrong bell house. Okay, the woman let go of the door and stepped to the side. She was wearing my mother's green knitted cardigan. Okay. Now the woman she stepped back and she has closed more the door, and she was wearing a green cardigan, a sweater like a shirt like dress cloth, which was having buttons from in front only. Okay, and it was of green color, and the young girl, she remembered that this cardigan belongs to her mother. Okay, the wooden buttons were rather pale from washing. She saw that I was looking at the cardigan and half hid herself again behind the door. So when the old lady saw that the young girl is watching her green cardigan, then she more hide herself behind the door. Okay, so that the full cardigan should not be visible to the young girl. Okay. But I knew now that I was right. But the young girl then thought that she is right and she has reached to the exact door. Okay? Well, you knew my mother, I asked. Then the young girl asked to the old lady that she is remembering her mother. Have you come back? Said the woman. I thought that no one had come back, only me. Then the old woman, she said that Acha, have you come back from the war, from the concentration camp? I thought that whomsoever is going to the concentration camp is no more. Matlab there is no chance of returning because they select the good genes, genetic, those who are having the good genetic genes in them only Hitler chooses. Okay, and rest of them he put in the gas chambers. Okay, for dying. Okay, so this young girl, she looked here and there at the back also, but nobody was there. These sentences were for her only. Okay, a door opened and closed in the passage behind her, a musty smell emerged. Then, at the back of this door, one more door was there in the passage, and that has opened and closed. So, as the door has opened, a musty smell has come out. Okay, I regret I cannot do anything for you. Then this old woman said to the young girl that I'm sorry that I cannot help you anymore, or I cannot help you anymore. Okay? I have come here especially on the train. I wanted to talk to you another time. It is not convenient for me now, said the woman. I can't see you another time. Now, this woman said that when the young girl asked that, I've come from the train and I want to talk to you. Then this old woman, she replied that it is not convenient for me. This is not the correct time. You should come another day or another time you can come. Okay. She nodded and cautiously closed the door as though no one inside the house should be disturbed. And then this old woman, she has closed the door silently so that no one will get disturbed, whomsoever is inside the house. Okay? I stood where I was on the step. Then this young girl, she was standing there only on the step, and the curtain in front of the bay window moved. And the curtain which was there on the window, it moved. Okay? In front of the bay window moved. Someone stared at me and would then have asked what I wanted. Oh, nothing, the woman would have said it was nothing. Then the curtains will then move. Then young girl, she thought that somebody is there, somebody is staring at me, and he or she is asking that what I can do for her or what I wanted. Then the old woman said that nothing, it is nothing. Okay, you go come another. I look at the nameplate again. Dorling, it is said in black letters on white enamel. Then the young girl, she looked at the nameplate. It was written Dorling, and above that nameplate, big 46 was written. So this made her sure, the young girl, that it was the correct address where she had come. Okay. As I walked slowly back to the station, I thought about my mother who had given me the address years ago. So while going to the station back, to the station back, okay, uh, the young girl thought about her mother who had given her the address. Okay, it had been in the first half of the war, and when the war was going on in Holland, so at that time, the mother of young girl, Mrs. S, okay, she is Mrs. Dolan, and she is Mrs. S daughter. Okay, so when the war was going on, this young girl, she had got the address from her mother only. Okay, I was home for a few days and it struck me immediately that something or other about the room had changed. Then this girl reached to her house, okay, reached her home, and then what she observed in the house that something is missing in her house. Okay, there were several precious things were there in her house, and all those were missing. Okay, so Ryansh, getting all of you? समझ में आ रहा अभी? Okay. I missed various things. My mother was surprised. I should have noticed so quickly. Then she told me about Mrs. Doling. I had never heard of her, but apparently she was an old acquaintance of my mother whom she hadn't seen for years. She had suddenly turned up and renewed their contact. Since then, she had come regularly. Then the young girl, she remembered that her mother was having a friend, an acquaintance, very close one, who used to come to her house daily. And what she had said that when until the war is going on and until you are in the concentration camp, let me keep your things in my house so that it should not be get looted or taken by anybody. So this old woman, Mrs. Doling, she had taken all her precious things like plates, saucers, photograph frames, candle stand, all out of made up of silver and gold. So these all plates and these all utensils and things she has taken to her house, okay, for keeping them safe. And when she will return, when Mrs. S will return from the concentration camp, then she will give it back. Okay, so this promise Mrs. Morley has made to the mother of the young girl. Okay, she had suddenly turned up and renewed their contact. Since then, she had come regularly. Every time she leaves her here, she takes something home with her, said my mother. She took all the table silver in one go, and then the antique plates that hung there. She had trouble lugging those large vases, even the large vases which were there. of these beautiful antiques were there. Uh, Fans were there, beautiful fans were there, beautiful photo frames were there, big vases were there where she used to keep the flowers, okay? Then candle stands were there, beautiful TV unit was there, everything beautiful, precious and costly things were there in the room of Mrs. S. So this lady, the old lady, Mrs. Dorling, she used to come to her house and daily she's taking one thing from her and she keep on keeping it in her house. Okay, she suggested it to me herself. She even insisted. She wanted to save all my nice things. If we have to leave here, we shall lose everything, she says. Then, when this old woman, she said to her mother, Mrs. S, that if you will not give all these things, so maybe it may be looted or cheated by someone, somebody will take it away. So when you will come back from the concentration camp, you can take, I will return all your things and you can take. Okay? Getting? So have you agreed with her that she should keep everything I ask? As if that's necessary, my mother cried. It would simply be an insult to talk like that. And think about the risk she is running. Each time she goes out of our door, with a full suitcase or bag. So when this old woman, she was taking the things from her house, so she was very much upset with that because her mother feel very, she is feeling very sad, or she started even crying also because all her special precious things which are very close to her, she is taking back to her, she's taking back to her house, the old woman. Okay, so, and if I will speak really this to the old woman, then this is not the correct way to talk like this. I have to talk in another way. Okay? So she's running each time she goes out of the door of our door with a full suitcase and or a bag. So whenever this old woman, she is going out of the door of Mrs. S house, so she's taking the things in the suitcase. She's taking the things in. Whenever she's going, so she's taking a suitcase full of precious things which is in the house of Mrs. S. Okay. My mother seemed to notice that I was not entirely convinced. She looked at me reprovingly, and after that we spoke no more about it. Meanwhile, I had arrived at the station without having paid much attention to the things on the way. So all these things, all these thoughts were going on in the mind of the young girl. And by this time, she has reached the station. She has reached the railway station. Okay. Meanwhile, I had arrived at the station without having paid much attention to the things on the way, and she was not paying any attention to the things which on the way she was passing by. Okay. Uh, I was walking in a familiar place again for the first time since the war. So again, this young girl, she was walking in the same familiar places places which she used to go before the war with her mother. Okay, these are the places she was very much aware about. But I did not want to go further than was necessary. I didn't want to upset myself with the sight of a street and houses full of memories from precious time. Now, this young girl, she was not looking to all those familiar things, because if she will see, then all the old memories will start coming to her mind. So this she was ignoring. Okay. In the train back, I saw Mrs. Dorling in front of me again, as I had the first time I met her. Now, as the girl, she sat on the train, she saw that Mrs. Dorling in front of her when she is saw, in the same way as she has seen her when before the war. Okay. It was the morning after the day my mother had told me about her. I had got up late, and coming downstairs, I saw my mother about to see someone out. A woman with a broad bag. There is my daughter, said my mother. She went on to me. The woman nodded and picked up the suitcase under the coat rack. She wore a brown coat and a shapeless hat. Now, what happens then? In the train back, I saw Mrs. Dorling in front of me again, as I had the first time I met her. So again, she has met Mrs. Dorling in the same way as she has met before the war. So it was morning after the day my mother had told me about her, and it was early morning. Her mother has told her about Mrs. Dorling. Okay. Uh, I had got up late and coming downstairs. This young girl, she got up late in the morning and she was coming down from the stairs of her house. Okay, so she saw an old woman with a big bag, जो उसकी बैग था वो बहुत ही चौड़ा था, ठीक है? It was she was having a big bag, okay, and she was having a big suitcase also with her. Okay, she wore a brown coat. A brown coat. This old woman was wearing this. This old woman. She was wearing the brown coat, big brown coat. Okay, uh, and shapeless hat. And she was wearing a hat which was shapeless, which was not in a proper shape. Does she live far away? I asked, seeing the difficulty she had going out the house with the heavy case. Now, the young girl, she asked that does she live in a far place? Because the suitcase which she was carrying, it was quite big one. So she thought that she will have difficulty in carrying the suitcase. Okay. In Marconi Street, said my mother, number 46, remember that. Then her mother, Mrs. S, told daughter that, no, she is living in Marconi Street only, and house number 46. This is her address only. There only she had to go. Okay. So I had remembered it, but I had waited a long time to go there. Initially, after the liberation, it was absolutely not interested in all stored stuff. Now, this address, the young girl was remembering when her mother has told her, and when because she has been liberated from the concentration camp, she has come out from the concentration camp, so she was not interested in bringing the stuff which her mother was having, or which her mother has given it to the old woman. So she was not interested in that. Okay, and naturally, I was also rather afraid of being confronted with the things that had belonged to a connection that no longer existed. Now, this young girl, she was afraid of those stuff is having the memories with having the past memories with her mother. Okay, the how much love how much affection her mother was showing in those days. So she was afraid of these memories also. Okay. So more we will discuss, children, in the next class. Okay, I will proceed further with the remaining part of the chapter. Up till now, if you have not understood, you can ask.